A man understands that if he doesn't do X, Y, and Z, he'll die alone. Realistically, if you don't build value, you're dying alone. A woman can just manifest her man out of nowhere. If you just do, he's Mr. Prince Charming, he's out there somewhere. He's just got to bump into you if you cope hard enough.
Okay. All right, here we go. Yes. Okay. So first question is, can I have you state your name and that you consent to being on camera?
Okay, my name is, and I definitely consent to being on camera.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
This character is from Legend of Zelda, Skull Kid or Deku Kid.
So I am Princess Peach from Mario franchise.
Oh my God. Omni, thanks, brother. God, are you a baller or something, dude? You just drop hundreds every single time. Thank you. Well, I can't wait for you to build your studio so you can have one-on-one dialogues with these delusional 304s. It's time to take it to the next level. Thanks, brother. My Lord. Appreciate you, dude.
My character is Kirby. I'm cosplaying Jinx from League of Legends.
So this is Tracer from Overwatch. I did her original game look.
I am Thanatos from the game Hades.
My character's name is Makima from Chainsaw Man.
My character is Persephone from Lore Olympus. It's a web series about the Greek gods.
So I'm dressed as Imogen Tumult from Critical Role.
I'm Suki and he's Sokka, and we chose this because we love Avatar. And
TNG era Andorian from Star Trek.
Okay, so I'm Morgana.
Oh, I'm Haruhi Suzumiya from the Milakani of Haruhi Suzumiya today.
Audrey 2 for Little Shop of Horrors cosplay.
A rogue Twi'lek from the Star Wars universe.
Beta! Can someone please find that clip? Send it to me in the email, please.
An OC character.
Well, I am the Red Queen. I have the meat.
I'm Slave Leia, and because I really like that she's a slave, honestly.
Who is your favorite Joker?
Oh, of course, it's Cesar Romero. Followed a real close second by Jack Nicholson.
What is the best and the worst thing about being Marty and Doc Brown?
Going back to the future?
How should someone who's socially awkward find love?
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, that's a good question. But if they have anything that they really like all the people here really like to do cosplay, or they like certain characters, and that is a way to find other people.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
I used to be a very insecure person, so I always appreciate compliments on my appearance, but I like being complimented on personality.
Personality. That's my favorite compliment.
Why do so many women prefer compliments not on their appearance when they spend so much time on their appearance?
That is really interesting. I never thought of that question. I don't know. I love compliments on my appearance, but my thing is I get them so often that I enjoy when somebody notices something other than my appearance.
Why do so many women prefer compliments not about their appearance when they spend so much time on their appearance?
That's true. I spent a lot of time doing my makeup this morning. I think it's just because we're used to being ogled. When we spend so much time on ourselves, it's kind of hoped for or expected to be looked at and appreciated, but
by the right guy. I spend my time getting ready. Hopefully a Chad notices me. But if you're an average man, not in a Pagani, get away from me. Stop talking to me. You're a creep. Ew, it's harassment. How dare you? You're a dusty.
I just feel like it's a deeper form of compliment.
What's the difference between dressing sexy versus dressing trashy?
I think it's not necessarily the way that you dress, but how you carry yourself.
How well the outfit fits you.
You can only have one part out at a time is what I like to draw the line at. So if your boobs are out, your legs can't be out. And if your legs are out, your boobs can't be out. I think if you have both out, that's the trashy part.
I think it's mostly about like confidence and just like owning it.
I think that's a kind of in the eye of the beholder. I think I really think that the term like dressing trashy kind of just depends on the situation, you know, like if you're dressing in something for like the bedroom, there is no such thing as trashy there. If the other person finds it or they like it, that's just what it is. There's no such thing as trashy. But I think there's a level of decorum that certain places have that make it more or less unacceptable, depending on what, it really does depend on what it is and what the audience, what the people around you consent to as well. Because obviously, like, I'm not going to wear, like, even something that, like, I might wear to a convention, I wouldn't wear to, like, a park filled with children. You understand? Like, there's a difference between those two.
One man's trash is like another man's treasure, and as long as you're not, accosting someone, like, don't yuck someone else's yum because they may view it as art.
Are jokes funny because they reveal uncomfortable truths?
Oh, of course. The best thing is somebody getting hurt. Oh, yeah. Comedy's all about pain.
What's your favorite movie?
Scream.
Okay. How do you decide what to wear for Halloween?
Oh, what's ready at the moment?
Oh my gosh, deciding what to be on Halloween is like the hardest thing ever. I usually try and pick something that I don't think that other people will be, so I try and think outside the box.
And finally, how should someone who's socially awkward find love?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard question. I feel like just being yourself, because maybe you'll meet another socially awkward person who just...
Is that what she's trying to be, Kirby? Is she trying to be Kirby? No way, dude. No way. No way, dude.
Makes you feel comfortable.
I think people who are socially not awkward also struggle with love. I think sometimes internal struggles need to be addressed before you try to go for the external. Do you have any issues within yourself outside of love before you even try to find love,
I think a very good first step would be working on your social cues and social, like learning how to make conversation, and I think maybe looking on YouTube or asking friends, working on your social skills probably first. I think a lot of people can be turned off by social awkwardness. I mean, nobody wants to be uncomfortable, and sometimes it's uncomfortable when there's like an awkward silence or nobody knows how to continue conversation. So maybe a first step for somebody that is socially awkward would be working on social skills, or maybe mentally preparing for that first date to have questions to ask. That way it makes breaking the ice easier and allows you to open up and maybe be a little less uncomfortable.
I'm getting numb to this. No, really. Seriously. I can't even listen anymore. I don't really care what they have to say. I just can't. It's all a bunch of...
Are awkward.
Well, I myself am a little socially awkward nerd, and I actually met my husband at a Comic-Con. I think, finding your interest...
Jesus Christ. Mule Ranger, thank you, brother. I'm stoked to have found your content recently. RP was painful at first, but I think I'm ready for the Spartan Challenge. You damn right you're ready. Better jump in. Do not dip your toe.
Locally, maybe you're really into video games and you could find like a local game club, or going to conventions and stuff and like meeting through mutual connections and stuff. It's all about finding someone that kind of fills that little box in your heart that's nerdy.
How can someone who's socially awkward find love?
I wish I knew. I'm socially awkward, and
Have you found love?
no. I've kind of given up on that.
That's actually, I feel like, a really hard thing. Like, as a cosplayer and a nerd, I feel like, especially, I'm married, and I wanted someone who accepted the fact that I would cosplay, sometimes as men, sometimes as women, and I needed someone who accepted that. And I feel like as you get older, you just have to go with it. You have to be genuinely yourself. You can't try and hide yourself, and there is someone out there. There's someone out there for you, but just continue to be yourself. And if you're socially awkward, then that's fine. There's still someone out there for you.
So do you believe that opposites attract, or like minds?
I absolutely believe that opposites attract, but only to a certain extent. I think you have to have certain things in common, but I think...
only in the West do we have this delusional mentality of happily ever after. As long as you manifest your man, he's there for you. He exists out there somewhere. There's a special snowflake coping. Of course, it's always women, right? A man understands that if he doesn't do X, Y, and Z, he'll die alone. Realistically, if you don't build value, you're dying alone. A woman can just manifest her man out of nowhere. If you just do, he's Mr. Prince Charming. He's out there somewhere. He's just got to bump into you if you cope hard enough.
that having someone that complements you in certain ways is really, really important. For example, me and my husband build cosplays together. He has OCD and I have ADHD, which are two things that sometimes don't play super nice together, but we've really found a wonderful way. We wouldn't be able to do the things that we do if we weren't the way that we were. His strengths are my weaknesses and my weaknesses are his strengths are my weaknesses and my strengths are his weaknesses. So we really are able to make a great marriage and make a great life together that way.
I feel like in order to be in love and to exist together, you have to have some similarities, but you can't be the exact same person or else you're never going to grow together. Like, I don't want to date myself. I don't want to marry myself. So a little bit of both.
In order for a successful relationship to work, you either have to agree to disagree, or there's a lot of little things that you guys have to work through to have a certain flow through day-to-day activities and hardships and chores, things like that. So you have to be like-minded in that sense.
Some people are just not compatible if it comes to like life goals and stuff and differences in aspect or differences in communications. I feel like you should have the same or similar communication styles, but having different hobbies, that can be beneficial because you can show each other new stuff.
I think sense of humor is really important to have that in common, that you two can laugh together. I think it's important to have at least a certain extent of interests in common. Like, my husband won't LARP with me, but obviously he helps me build cosplay and he likes going, like, we play video games together and we love movies. And so we have a lot of things that we have in common that we can share and we can enjoy, but we enjoy in kind of our own way, but we enjoy them in our own ways together.
Finally, how should someone who's socially awkward find love?
Tinder. Drive-through at Arby's.
And finally, when you meet a guy you like, what's the first question you typically ask?
Do you play video games?
I think you have to definitely have common ground with someone you're going to spend any time with. I mean, nobody's 100% the same, but if you don't enjoy the same things, you don't enjoy doing some of the same things, you can't stay together for any length of time.
I pretty much agree with all of his points. You wouldn't want someone exactly like you because sometimes our differences bring out like the best in us. Sometimes something you may have a deficit in, your partner may have an advantage in, and so you kind of balance each other out. But you do have to have something in common.
Damn, boys. We are in trouble. Wow. I mean, the cosplay crowd is typically weird in general, you know? So I'll give them that. They're not exactly, I did the country girls one. They're not exactly what you would call normal. And so they'll have some more eccentric styled relationships. Yeah, I think they're going to become far more common in the future. Unfortunately, we will continue to get more awkward, more disconnected. Intimacy is going down the drain. We're going to revolve relationships around hobbies like video games more and more. Oh boy.